We're gonna look for a leak right now, and I tested the refrigerant, and the refrigerant shows up as 100% pure refrigerant, no contamination. And as you can see right now, I'm listening to and watching Max is having a 609 to get your 609 refrigeration EPA certificate. This is live right now. I'm actually listening to it live. I always listen to them to see what has changed and what are the newest rules, laws, and regulations. Anytime they update, you always could keep up. And if you guys want to, on this February, I believe it is, I will be at the Max Convention and Expo in Tennessee, and the EPA will be there. Sometimes they have the Bureau of Automotive Repair there, and many of the manufacturers of all the test equipment and products you buy, evaporators, condensers, compressors, and stuff like that. And they give free classes, so I highly recommend going. So let's look for this leak on this Toyota. This is video number 2, and watch what I have found so far. So they said this vehicle, the air conditioning was working last year. Let's see if I could balance this right here. Okay. And I have it, the ignition in on. I have the air off. Let's go a little bit on, a little bit off. See if we see a move on, off. There we go. You see that right there? I just shut the car off about 3 or 4 minutes ago. There we go. We're picking up gas under the evaporator, and they said this air conditioning was working last year before the summer started, and then stopped during the summer and it started getting hot. So within several months, it went from working slowly to not working. And one of my indicators, I ask, when did the customer notice that the air conditioning stopped working? Because my thing was, they were driving around for a long time with air conditioning. Because when a customer gets hot, when you are yourself and you're driving, you get hot, you go, God, this is not cooling enough. And so what I notice is the vents closed here. The vent, I think it was closed here. And these 2 vents were on open to the highest mode, so they could blow the strongest air, and they're aimed right at the driver to try to keep him cooled off with air cooling, you know, just the air blowing on him, trying to relieve his heat. But actually his air conditioning was not working properly. And that's one of the signs that I find that a customer has been driving around. If they're a little bit inquisitive and they're knowledgeable and they're trying to get higher velocity air, if you kill 2 vents, it will send all that air in the remaining 2 vents. Whether you use these 2 vents or these 2 vents, it will up the velocity, and you can hit yourself with higher velocity air in an attempt to cool yourself off with faster moving air by killing 2. Your air conditioning is not working, but you're just getting that air, higher velocity, hitting your body, cooling you off if the humidity is low enough. So that was my clue this happened. And I asked, and they said, yeah, it stopped working months ago, and they've been driving around like this. So I'm looking for a slow leak that happened, and we already know I'm finding a little something there coming out from the evaporator. And I see one little dark spot at the condenser where the receiver dryer connects to the condenser. So now I'm going to pull out the refrigerant and weigh the refrigerant.